Namaste. I have been asked to be the voice of the UK. The voice of this room carries a message of equality, unity, prosperity. But what is the voice of the United Kingdom or any other country? The voice is not what a country says, it's what a country does. The message is in the actions. It's the way a country treats the poorest members of its society, the children and the elderly. It's the way they relate to their neighbours and whether they acknowledge that in this global village, everyone is everyone's neighbour. But alas, the present voice of the UK is not unity, it's not connection or love. The voice of the UK today is separation. 3 years ago, the British people voted against continuing to be part of the European Union. It was a close vote, and the electioneering process was corrupt. But by a narrow majority, the UK voted to leave the European Union. There were extreme attitudes affecting many of those who voted leave, but behind these extremes was one common thread. British people felt that they had lost the voice of the UK. Perhaps the central and most significant motivation was that a majority of voters did not want people they saw as foreigners influencing British politics, even though by leaving the European Union, the UK would cease to influence the policies of the continent of Europe. Millions of people in Britain voted to leave because they did not identify as Europeans. They wanted to be British, but they no longer had any clear idea of what it meant to be British. They were losing their identity, like thousands of people, thousands of tribes and communities all over the world who are swamped by global culture, global materialism, and global identity that does not in any way represent the individuality of local groups. What is it that unites people and gives them their identity when everything conspires to divide us? We are divided by 6,500 languages. Even a country with a common language is divided by dialect or accent, and the national language often is not the mother tongue. Self-regulating identity that blends with the wind and matures with time. An identity with a one-word definition: human. And a single culture: humanity. But communication is not what you say, it's about what the other person hears, which may not be what you meant. It's not what you mean, it's about what the other party thinks you mean. Painful misunderstandings are so easy when one communicates in a language other than your mother tongue. When we communicate with words, the other person's brain has to translate and ascribe a meaning, an emotion, a sentiment to those words. And all too often, the real meaning is lost in translation. We need a different mode of communication other than words. We need to communicate the message of equality, unity, and prosperity through what we do, not what we say. Not with noisy words, but with silent actions. And we can go one layer deeper. not by doing, but by being. People will not change the world by what they say. They will change the world by what they do. Oh, there is a time for words, like now, perhaps. But in a world that is deafened by words and languages, actions will always speak louder. We will not achieve peace through words, whether we speak them, or chant them, or sing them, or write them in manuscripts, scroll them on walls with a spray can or a paintbrush, or carve them in stone.